Alright folks, I guess it's going to be video 7 here. And there she is after a trip from Mount Holly, North Carolina, which is near the Charlotte area, out to Durham, Raleigh, Durham, and back again. So as you can see, I've done plenty of interstate driving, and it's still in one piece. That's always nice. There are some things that I noticed though. I haven't had any rain yet, but I've noticed when I was driving on the highway, all the trucks, they have tons and tons of rivets. So I'm going to put a lot more of these in, and I'll tell you why in a second. I'm also going to caulk this. I didn't caulk around my windows, so let's be smart, and when the rain happens, they will be caulked around. Let me also show you. Nothing really came loose on this, like at all. It stayed completely solid, except for this little strip right here. And so, like I said, this is one of those things where you just need to rivet the crap out of it. I got a whole nother box of these 1/4-inch self-tappers, so I'm just going to go nuts with these things. And I really think that is really going to help it. It's going to help it be more stable too. And then I'm going to caulk inside here. I'm just going to deep caulk it. It's pretty deep in there, but shouldn't be a problem. Now the inside, oh, got to break out the keys. Wish I had a pause record button because I'm kind of wasting time doing this. Let me show you the inside here. So this is what I did for the inside. This is what I had going on for my pad here. I got a beer bucket. I got my battery strapped down there with my power inverter and also my charger. I got an 80-foot extension cord from Target, and I got my lamp, and everything's kind of just strapped down there with bungees and ratchet tie downs. The ratcheting tie down on the battery that's what's holding it up. I wouldn't recommend putting bungee cords there. That would really not be good. And there's the bed. As you can see, I just used pillowcases to cover the window, but the bed was plenty comfortable. I mean, I was sleeping on plywood. It was cold as hell when I was sleeping, so what I did was I went and bought a 200-watt heater, a very small one. I got the 200-watt personal heater, and it just sucked my battery down and did nothing. So I went and bought a 1500-watt heater and plugged in. Fortunately, the person I was staying with let me plug in. Plugging in is going to be necessary. It's just going to be a necessary thing to find an outlet. I think I'm going to get a propane heater and a sleeping bag just in case I can't plug in. For the winter, it'll be nice. I'm planning on raising this bed. I'm going to raise it right up there to the 2x4s just so I have a ton of storage room. Right now I don't have much storage room under there. So that's all, folks, on video 7. That's my update. It's still in one piece. Everything stayed together real well, held together real well. The insulation, it's not very insulated whatsoever. I mean, it's just FRP, and I think the R value is like 3. But what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to get a heavy duty staple gun, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of like sheets from like Goodwill, and I'm going to staple the sheets to my wall with something behind it. I'm not sure what I'm going to use to fluff and make actual insulation. I'm going to do the same thing with the ceiling. So I think that's a really cheap, lightweight way to do insulation on this, because I don't want to add any more weight. I'm already dragging pretty low. Apparently they have these things that can help your leaf springs with weight at the part store. I'm going to look into that. But for now, I'll show you how I'm riding. As you can see, I'm riding pretty low. I do not want to add any more weight. This thing used to get like 38 miles per gallon on the highway. Now it gets about 20, 22, maybe 24 if I'm lucky. A lot of it has to do with me idling on the cold days when I wake up. It's running lean, so I had to crank up the idle, and so I just let it sit and idle for a long time. So a lot of that sucked down my gas mileage too. But for a 30-year-old truck, it really pulls. It pulls good up. You know, a little 4-banger. I went up to 75 miles an hour on it. So, and I didn't have the roof fly off or anything like that. Nothing came loose. So that's always nice. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope it helped. Hope you can make one of these yourself.